What is up, everyone? Just gonna go live on Instagram too, so wait for me there. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Okay. Only hard because I'm really not feeling too well. All right, we'll put that right there. And then let me adjust. Hello, whoever just signed on. Let me get set up a second. This light is way too bright. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go live on Instagram. All right, guys, so hello. How are you all? Oh, I'm not live on Instagram. I failed. Here we go. All right, so I am sick. I look like poo, feel like poo. She looks great though, but I do not feel so great. So I'm getting like the hot flashes right now. So we'll see how this goes. But I wanted to bring this girl out specifically this week on the Blood Python Facebook page. Someone asked about Matrix and was thinking that they would get super, super red like the regular T negatives. So I just wanted to bring her out. She is a 2017. So you can see her color here. She maybe has a year more of color development to go, but really this is about it, what you're gonna see. And you can see it's like a lighter orange here and it gets darker up at her neck. She's not cooperating for me. Come on, lady. All right, you can kind of see her. She does that to my ear. But you can see in her head that she has a lot more red on her head. You can also see, I hope she doesn't choke me. That would be terrible. Hold on as I unchoke her. Okay, you can also see here on her head that she is she's not cooperating, that she's more red on her head than she is on her tail. She just wants to give me a freaking chokehold. That's cool. But I consider the color a sherbet color or a sun-kissed sunset color. That's what I consider it. I don't feel well, and like her struggling with me around my neck is just not what I wanted to do today. But her name is Trixie, which I know is kind of a stripper name, but you know, whatever. I don't even know why. I think she reminded me of the cereal Trix maybe, and so I don't remember why I named her Trixie, but here she is. Okay, that was rough, and here she goes again. But you can probably hear her hissing. She just breathes that way. She's very much like her dad, who's Jack the Ripper, so my really red one, that's her dad. And then my T-negative Ivory is her mother. So her head looks, I don't want to get my finger bitten off. Her head looks exactly like her father's, which is pretty cool. I have her brother also, and his head also looks exactly the same. So the whole reason I'm bringing them out is because my goal with these guys is to bring out more red in the T negative. And my friend Jason Chapman, he has been in the blood game for a really long time and working with T negatives for a really long time. And he said that T negatives in the very beginning, the Matrix, were not this red. They didn't have the coloring, and really consider it orange, but they didn't have this coloring previously. So what I did was I took Jack the Ripper, who is super, super red as a visual, and then paired him up to my Ivory as like my baseline to see where I was at with color. And this is what I got. So she is, I think, pretty colorful. Jason says that he has one of these also, that she has some of the much more saturated coloring than the other ones. This is a really good view of her. Get my face out of the way. We'll just focus on her. I feel so sick right now. It's like hitting me, and I took like medicine and everything. That's okay. If you start seeing me sweat, that's why, because I feel like I'm breaking out in a fever or something. I went to Carpet Fest in Florida last week, and I think the airport or something, I caught something, and that's just awful. She's heavy on my arm, just holding her like this, so I'm going to give support. I don't know how heavy she actually is, but I am going to start weighing my snakes and tracking their growth a lot more, just to see what racks create the best growth for the animals, if I have some that have better feeding responses and certain setups, just to kind of bring more data into it all. when I was at Carpet Fest, I went into, oh my gosh, I'm so hot right now. I'm struggling, guys, I really am. But when I was at Carpet Fest, I went to Eugene's facility, and they have an incredible, absolutely incredible data system that can actually, they have an algorithm that will tell them what to hold back. And so I don't necessarily need that at this moment, but I realized how much this is more a hobby for me and not a business. And so I'm not doing the business side of things like people would that, you know, have a bunch of, like, not like Nerd or BHB or, you know, someone like Eugene or something like that. I'm not going to be doing it on that scale. But I do think that the database that they have is very smart and very good to have, because it'll tell you, if you know that albinos sell better, it'll tell you like what percentage of your collection should be albinos, and then the algorithm will then tell you how many holdbacks you should have of whatever certain kind. So I think that's pretty freaking cool. They found out that their growth rate in Freedom Breeder racks was better than Vision racks, and that was from the data that they had. So that's really cool. They can figure out how much, like, the average amount of money that each snake brings them. So that's pretty cool also. What else did they do? I want to start doing how long my animals take to be ready to be sold, and then like how long it takes them to get started, and as well as when I put them on sale, like how long it takes for them to actually sell. So just bringing a little bit more of the business side of things into it rather than just a hobby. Like I said, I'm not going to be on their scale. I have like 55-ish, 60 animals right now. And that's not including the ones that I'm selling. So maybe like low 50s that I have. And I'm very particular about what I bring into my collection. I'm really focused on blood pythons, as you guys know. And so I'm not really going to bring in anything. The only thing that's random that I'm going to bring in is I really, really, really want a pair of palmetto corn snakes. I've wanted them for like 4 years now, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I want visuals. I don't want to deal with the hets. I just want visuals. So I want a pair of those. So that's what I'll be doing. Hey there. And then besides that, it's going to be everything that I buy that is a blood python is going to be either the darkest of the dark Sumatrans, something really cool. I'm doing latte fade stuff with Borneos. I feel like that's kind of gone to the wayside, so I want to bring that back a little bit. So I have a pair of that. And then the caramel Sumatrans, I'm working with those. And then anything that's going to be T-negative is either something I don't have, something that will bring me, forward. I want to get a female T-negative that's super red or has a really cool pattern, no other genes in that, and see how that goes. I'm trying to get her up so YouTube can see her. So anything that's normal phenotype, so it has a normal coloring, is going to be het T-negative. That's what I'm going to do. And I'd rather buy visuals if I'm going to use them for breeding. But most of the stuff that I have now, I have enough genetically to make what I want. The whole reason I got into like breeding anyway is because I wanted really expensive snakes. I definitely have champagne taste on a beer budget. So I bought the animals that would get me to later on down the line produce the animals that I really wanted. And then what I just say is people get the benefit of my holdbacks, or the extra that I have that I don't hold back. But with that, I want to make the reddest of the red. And my goal is to be known as the T-negative blood person that has the reddest of the red coming through. So there's that. I'm going to put her, I don't know if I'm going to put her down actually, but so not all blood pythons are mean, as you can see. I'm going to cuddle with her. You can see her color here. And I'm getting like super hot right now. I don't have the fan on because it makes a lot of background sound on this and I just don't like it. But yeah, so here she is. I got 2 eggs from my barking geckos, so I'm excited about that. They're an Australian species and they're called barking geckos because as a defense mechanism, they will kind of like scoot up. I have a video of it on my Instagram from like a couple years ago. My friend had the pair that I have now, he had babies from them. And this video went viral because people, like everyday people, thought I was doing like animal abuse because I poked it and then it barked at me. And it was the cutest little thing ever. But I mean, that thing took off. And the comments on there are just, funny at this point. But yeah, so you can check out, the barking gecko and what they do, the little ones. But I got 2 eggs from her. I noticed that she had a full belly, so I checked her belly and she definitely had eggs in there. And then last night I checked her, noticed she looked a little bit skinnier, checked her again, and she didn't have eggs. So I was like, all right. So I looked at the bottom of the tub and I found where the eggs are and dug them out, put them in the incubator. I got my perlite in. So I got sterile perlite. I ordered that last year. I had a very severe mold issue, and this was my first year breeding in Tennessee, and I came from California, which is dry as dry can be, and then coming to Tennessee, it is super, super humid out here. So if any of you guys, like if you're in the South, let me know. If you're in a super humid area, let me know, because you know my pain. If you're in the desert, you know my pain too, because getting the humidity up in your snake room is really hard to do. I'm putting her on my lap because she's tiring me. Here, I'll do this. She'll hopefully chill out a little bit. So the humidity issue, I don't know if this was why. I don't think it was the only reason why, but I had 3 clutches last year. I had Sumatran shorttail. She laid beautiful, like 12 eggs. I had my ivory that made the 007s. She laid like 17 eggs. And then my het Tnegative, she laid another like 11 to 15 eggs or something like that. Within the first week, 2/3 of my eggs just absolutely molded over. And we're talking like maggots and nastiness, because I don't check my eggs all the time, like I don't go in and look at them every single day. I do like once a week and do air exchange. But within that week, they turned blue, like the blue mold, the eggshells were clear. It was really, really bad. And like I said, I lost like 2/3 of my eggs. So this year I'm being like extra cautious. And so I'm changing things up a little bit. Last year I had perlite that I got on Amazon. I have no idea if it was sterile. And I think that is where the mold came from. If not in the actual snake room itself, my house is a 1954 house, so I don't doubt that, there might be some mold somewhere in this house in the room that it was in. This room has better air circulation. I changed my snake room back in December. Finally got those big cages that you see like in the corner over there. Got them in, which makes the room hotter because of my bearded dragon. Yes, I have a bearded dragon. He's a dickhead, but yes, I have him. Anyway, so the air circulation is better in here, so I hope that will be fixed. But what I ended up doing is I have these tubs here. Yes, they're colored, whatever. I put 3 holes on each side, front and back, as you can see here. And then what I'll do is I'll put tape on here. Oh, losing a snake. Hold on. I'll put tape on the holes, and that way if I need more humidity, or if I need more humidity, we'll have the tape on the holes. And then if I see that there's too much water, too much condensation. All right, she's going crazy. Where's she going? Here she is. All right, if there's too much condensation in the tub itself, then I will go ahead and open up the tape, peel the tape, and that way I get some more air circulation, airflow. I am not going to seal this. I know you see some people put like the saran wrap type of stuff on their egg box. I'm not going to be doing that just because of the mold that I had last time. I bleached out my incubator. I have a 2x2 from Sea Serpents. I bleached that out. I took all the shelves out. All right, you're doing crazy things. What are you doing to me? Okay, that's better. I bleached all that out, and I bleached all these tubs out. I have 8 of them that I'm going to be using. I got these on Amazon. Like I said, I got sterile perlite. I ordered that from a garden center website. So I'm going to put that in the bottom here, probably like an inch and a half or so, and then wet that and then put this on top. So these I got from Amazon, and they are Aquarium Dividers. It did have 1 more square here extra. I thought I measured it correctly, but apparently I didn't. But I went ahead and used some wire cutters and cut this off. So a lot of people use the ceiling light diffuser, but that's really hard plastic. And last time I did that and cut it to size, it tore my hand up. I didn't have the right tools to do it. If you have a saw that can just do it real quick, you'll have no issues. But for me, I did it by hand, and it just tore my hands up. But this is a softer plastic, and so it was easier to do. And then I just cut these were edges here that I just took a X-Acto knife and cut those. So anyway, it's going to be the perlite in the bottom here with this on top, and then the eggs go on top of that. I hope I have enough room for all 3 of the clutches that I'm going for. I offered food to 2 of my females, and of the 3, and they didn't take it. One of them did. I haven't seen a ovulation. They're very obvious in blood pythons. It looks like they swallow a football. And if you pick them up, like if you, oh geez, she's doing it again. If you go to, I'm so frustrated with her doing this. Don't kill me. Not on live video. That's not cool. At least you guys would know, like, hey, someone save April. Oh man, she's in my hair. You see this? Oh, look at that hair. That's cute. Thanks. Thanks, girl. Anyway, please don't kill me. I don't want to be dead. I'm like, so you guys know, contact Terrell. He knows where I live. If I die, just send help. I don't even know what I was saying. She distracted me with choking me. Anyway, I have sick brain too, so it doesn't really help. Eggs. I don't remember. I have no idea what I was talking about. If you want to tell me what I was talking about, that's cool. If not, I'm probably going to sign off here because I am so hot. Like I said, I was sick. I don't feel good, but I wanted to show you guys her. I wanted to show you how I'm going to be setting up my eggs. My incubator, I put at 86 degrees, by the way. I know a lot of people do like 89 or higher, and I just don't. I think I have the eggs that I was successfully hatched out last year, and even these guys, they were huge babies. And I don't know if it was the female herself or the fact that I, did lower temperatures. I did it at 86 degrees in the incubator. And that way it will take longer. My eggs always take longer than the 60 days, but they are bigger babies. They tend to eat pretty well right off the bat. I don't have a lot of troublesome feeders. Last year, I had issues with my Sumatran clutch. I had a little baby that lasted forever without eating. I assist fed it twice and then it died. So, I wasn't going to thrive anyway. I had a feeling it was going to die. But besides that, the rest of mine have been really good. And I think the reason that one didn't do so well is because of the mold issue. And I think that gave it systemic issues within itself. That's just my theory. I have no actual idea. But yeah, so, ovulations. That's what I was talking about. I have not caught an ovulation on any of my snakes. I do this every single year where I question if they are going to be breeding. I question if I'm going to get eggs. I question the timeline every single year, and I have done 4 seasons of breeding, and I suck at palpating. So if you tell me to palpate and check for follicles or growth, I suck at that. So that's not going to help. I think possibly my Borneo is either going into ovulation or came out. I would say going in because I check on them pretty often to be able to see, the ovulation. But they feel really heavy, like in their back end, like right here. Right here, they're going to be very swollen and very hard, like seriously hard. So I just got distracted because I made a dirty joke in my head. I distracted myself. My God, April. Anyway, so the back end gets really swollen and really, really hard. And you can tell when you lift them up, they feel different. So that's how I can tell that they ovulated. So like I said, I'm questioning absolutely everything. I'll probably get eggs. I always do, but still questioning and questioning and questioning. Yeah, so I'm going to hop off out of here. And I did do a video that came out this week about the feeding schedule for our blood pythons. And I did also attach a spreadsheet that is our tracker that I use. It's very elementary. It's nothing big. It's just an Excel sheet. I know a lot of people use apps and they're much more high tech than I am, But I show my age with my tech, and I am not good about new tech. Terrell gets probably really frustrated with me about that. That's okay though. But yeah, if you guys want my exact spreadsheet, it has my animal information in it. You can change it out to your animals. But if you want that, I will put a link below. I'm having issues with the automation for the email list. So like if you put your email, it's supposed to send it to you automatically, so I don't have to manually do it every time. It's not working, but I will get your emails and be able to just send that to you until I get it working. So that I'll link below. It is also on Instagram if you're watching this on Instagram. If you go into our bio, we have our link tree. If you click on that, and it says free feed tracking spreadsheet. So you can get it. But I guess I'm going to be at the New Orleans Reptile Show, and that's March 8th and 9th, I believe. So I will be there. If you guys are interested in any animals, I will have my corn snakes. I'll have some geckos for sale, just kind of some random stuff. I'll have an adult carpet python. I'll have an adult corn snake. Like I said, just random stuff. I have 2 het female blood pythons left. One of them is very mean. So if you want a very mean one to work with, you are welcome to have her, because otherwise I'm stuck with her. I don't want her. And then I have another one who's more of a finicky eater. She eats only live. So I have those 2 left, as well as the Tnegative 007, who has a high price tag on him, but he will be there also. So if you want to check him out, I might bring a couple to display and show you guys what I have. Maybe I'll bring Jack and show you guys what a beautiful bright Tnegative looks like. But I will be there. And I will also be attending Tinley in March. So if you guys are going, let me know. For those of you that have reptile businesses and you have stickers, I am doing sticker swaps with people. Just got stickers in, super excited for that. So if you're doing that, shoot me a PM, April Justine, on Facebook or on our Instagram here, slide into the DM, and we'll exchange addresses and I'll get you those. I think I'm going to send a bunch out on Monday. Because I've been sick and I just haven't yet. So if you gave me your address already, they're coming, I promise you. I've just been like laying in bed, binging Netflix for a couple days now. And then periodically in between then doing snake cage cleaning. But that's about it. I will be filming a video about what I learned at Carpet Fest, mainly that has to do with the nidovirus and what I learned and how I'm going to change the things that I do here at Designer Exotics at our mini facility here in our snake room. So look forward to that. That will be probably in a couple weeks. I think the next video is going to be taking a look at Casper, my Borneo. So if you guys want to, that'll be on Wednesday. I think it's scheduled to come out on Wednesday. And then the next week after that, I will do what I've learned about the nidovirus, how it affects my collection specifically, because as you know, if you've been following me, about 3 years ago, I did have a virus go through my collection. So what I've learned, how I'm going to apply that stuff with cleaning, how I do quarantine, that type of stuff, I'll get into that in the video. So look forward to that. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, that your snakes are happy and healthy, your collection is doing well, and I will see all of you guys next weekend for Snake Room Saturdays. Bye, guys.